Somebody recently brought up how a lot of sexism, especially sexism from he, him people directed at she, her people, is really prevalent. And there was some pretty funny reactions to that. A lot of people got really butthurt about it. And there's sexism from castrati with fake tits against Martins, but also very much against real women in real life. If you've ever gone to school, you will understand that castrati are the most extremely sexist people. Martins could be a mixed bag. Some of them were absolutely horrible, and others would be friendly and get along with tomboyish real girls, but here's also something about the Martins that got along with tomboys. They thought the tomboys were boys, or, well, they thought the tomboys were Martins, and yeah. I don't really have the time to get into all of that, but if you're a real person that doesn't spend all your time on the internet or consuming produced media, and you actually go outside and you do real person stuff, you're gonna know this. I mean, come on, everyone has to go shopping or go outside and run errands, you know? So, Martins are just so try-hard. You know the expression, methinks someone doth protest too much, and there are some rather unpleasant examples of extreme bucket crab behavior and people bashing on essentially their own group members. It's a prevalent thing in American society. I don't know about other parts of the world, but America is a little bit notorious for the bucket crabs in all of our groups. And that'd be too big of a topic for me to get into, but I really do strongly appreciate a certain message that was put out today, and it got traction, and it needs more traction. It needs a signal boost. And here's something that real life people can do. Just take a Sharpie, get scraps of paper, and write minimalistic messages and just hide them around in parking lots or put them on a bulletin board or just leave it folded up in a bathroom where people will find it. You could just do tiny little things like that. I guess the word that comes to mind is guerrilla, but it's spelled different. It's a Guer. Anyhow, if you have any hobbies, like I've noticed in the past that some people of artistic inclination will make sculptures of men and women, and that's a wonderful, beautiful thing, but probably most people don't have the time or ability to make a very realistic statue, but it was extremely awesome that somebody made a statue of a real woman. That was great. And so if you are just a hobbyist artist, you can just, study from life, draw pictures. If you know about the celebrities being trans, which you should, because that has been established hundreds and hundreds of times, it should be common knowledge, but people don't want to talk about it. Not even women. A few women do. Not enough. And I have encountered men that didn't understand what was going on. They have a clue now, okay? So they've kind of been nudged. They should wake up soon. So, if you like to draw, just study. Slow down and study. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on getting the proportions correct. Focus on drawing the skeletons. It's October. People want skeletons, so, draw skeletons. And you'll get better. Just be patient. Work every day. Don't rush. Don't push. Just enjoy what you do. Let it become a soothing activity. And since everyone has thousands of bad drawings in them that need to come out, you could just dispose of the drawings in a parking lot, just so somebody will find it. And, if a real person picks it up, it might strike a chord with them. Because when you find something made by a person that has a soul, you know it. You feel it. When you see an image that portrays some kind of a truth that is just so rare. Because real people aren't allowed to get published. And again, there's a sexism thing. Women are not allowed on TV. They're allowed to work for media establishments, but they're not allowed to be shown on them. And Martins get so angry. Like, every single comic book character is going to be trans, except for a throwaway joke character in the background of some obscure 80s comic. But if they see a drawing that was clearly based on something real, they get angry and they start claiming fake reasons why they hate it. The truth is they hate it because there's some truth to the drawing. So, where you can drop those off. Where you can post them. Because I know that almost everybody that listens to certain human communication projects. I know that everybody listening to them is a useless waste of time that pays lip service, but in real life they do nothing but sit on they just shitpost and get paid a few pennies per shitpost, and they have all these alt accounts that they log in and out of, and they hang out on Discord. Real people need to avoid Discord like the plague. It is spyware in more ways than one. And once you delete it, once you uninstall it, you're still going to find leftovers of Discord in weird places on the computer. It's spyware. It does not want to come off your machine. So go outside, even if it's awkward. Just nobody has that, you know what. People should be sick of this. People only go along with it if they're being forced to do it or they're incentivized to do it. Sometimes I wonder if these freaks are so devoid of free will that they truly cannot choose to go against some signal beamed into their head. It's been pointed out, sometimes you'll see images of a brain with an antenna, and that could be a signal of a lack of free will and taking commands from some unseen beacon of evil. So if you're creative and you're just outside, you'll come up with ways to share truth with people. And even if there's not always a person that you can reach, like if all the women are with Martins and there's no men, well, what you can do is you can subtly piss off the Martins and make them freak out, because that's funny, right? And if they know somebody knows the truth, they will lose composure. They will they'll freak out, they'll get paranoid, and they'll probably also drink themselves to the grave. So, I mean, they're gonna die from stress and probably overdose on alcohol or something. And they'll probably mix medicine with alcohol if they're really freaked out. So, but anyhow, I really liked what somebody had to say today, and the responses that message got was extremely telling of the kinds of so-called people that are the only listeners. And also just a reminder for anybody that wishes to get their voice out, do not talk about yourself, do not talk details about yourself, and remember, when people tell lies about you, that muddies the water. So when they tell lies about you, they're actually covering up your tracks and making it harder to find you. So I hope that you find something very interesting to do. And it's important to talk to people in real life, even if it's awkward, just do it. And God bless all of you, even if I think everyone's hurting for human companionship these days, so just find some way to reach people, and remember, shills are not allowed to go to other platforms, but they use Discord on the side. So get rid of your ego, let your message be the message, let your truth be the truth, and just do anything you can, even the tiniest little things. Even if maybe a human doesn't receive it, it'll terrify a freak. Also, just some obvious things. Again, the freaks they're made by Satan, and they don't have souls because they're not made by God. And Satan's, octopus tentacles will just fight each other to the death. And Martins love to bash on women because Martins hate real women. No, incels are free Martins that can't get laid, and they hate femoids, and they bash on castrati as being demonically evil, which is true, and unfortunately most real women are demonically evil after they get caught by the cult. Real women they'll take a wedding vow for a free Martin and they get trapped because your vows, they are traps. Never, ever take a vow. It is a trap and you will lose your soul. Once a woman marries a free Martin, she's been snared. She can't get out of the cult. She is forced to make more free Martins and is forced to call castrati women, and she is forced to call Martins men. Now, real men are secure in themselves. It's the insecure people that are full of insults. You know how bucket crabs are, They are very disturbing and very profoundly evil in the words they say. Every word that comes out of their mouth is mean, it's cruel, it's a lie, it's slander. They'll accuse a person of having beliefs or a lifestyle that the person does not have. They will make baseless accusations that they pulled out of their own ass. They are slanderers. They are presumptuous. They are demonic. They don't have free will. They can't choose to be good. They cannot. Their mask will always slip. They will always reveal themselves through the words they say. Ye shall know them by their fruit. They are demonic. And Martins will bash on women to make themselves seem better, because they're bullies. They're little snot-nosed brats that need to be beaten with I don't know, jumper cables or something. Or maybe the metal end of the belt. But, these freaks are the most evil, sexist demons. Castrati are unbelievably sexist against real women. Again, Men barely exist for anyone to be sexist against them, but just posting an image of a real man somewhere it's a magnet for insults. Like, these freaks will lose composure if they see something that registers as truth to them. They are allergic to the truth, and they will go ballistic if anyone knows the truth. So once again, just making some drawings of female skeletons and real life women. It's going to be a magnet for rage and insults, and actually it's funny because those same freaks that are losing their crap over drawings, like, they're going to drink themselves to death. So you might as well just have a blast drawing and studying, and eventually, I guess the amount of angry posters will slowly be reduced. Go outside, talk to people. Even if it's awkward, just force yourself to do it. Getting over the first hurdle, like, just literally be without an ego. Forget your own name. Forget your identity. Throw all of that away. Forget your life. Let go of everything. Become a person without a name or an ego. No name, no ego, no personal identifiers, and just go out and tell the truth. Any way you can. Get creative. And remember, it's not vandalism if you just leave a scrap of paper with a Sharpie drawing. So, just go out there. Because I know that the people that respond to these, like, they're just lying, they're not helping out, they're just claiming that they do. You can't fool God, okay? And you can't fool us either. We're wise. And so, once again, these shills and their supervisors are handicapped. They keep doing things that, like, they pick inverted profile pictures, they have weird names, they have black and white and orange, and they use BW initials a lot, so just be aware of all that. Erratic behavior, like they'll throw an insult at you and then claim that the website glitched out when the website did not glitch out, because I've never encountered those glitches. They'll just come up with this bullshit that's easily, you can figure out that they're lying. They're just angry, they're just twerpy little bullies that need to be electrocuted, so even if you can't wake a person up, it's pretty fun to just piss off these freaks. Alright, take care, and don't be a freak. Be a real person.